This is my DIY van conversion of a 2015 Ford Transit 350 HD dually. This is a 3.2-liter turbo diesel, and in this episode, I will show you how I created our kitchen and built the cabinets. So welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy this series. Earlier today, I went by Lowe's and I got a piece of plywood, and it's 3/4 inch maple, and they were nice enough to cut it down, like rip it down to the depth that I need for my cabinets in the kitchen. So I'm hoping to try and build the fridge cabinet out today. So I have this is like how deep they're gonna be in the van for an ending total of like 20 inches deep. And I'm just gonna cut them 34 and a half inches this way, and that is how high my countertops are going to be. Well, they're going to end being 36. I mean, depending on what my countertop is, but pre-countertop height is 34 and a half. Normal standard kitchens in like houses and like the cabinets I built for our studio, I did the same height, and then had I think it's like 1.5 inch countertop to make a total of 36 inches, which is standard. So I'm just gonna cut my 2 side pieces, and then I'm not sure how wide I need it. So I'm gonna bring the fridge in, and then I'll kind of try and show you it's super simple to build cabinets. Anna White. I'm gonna try and find her on Instagram and tag her here. She has like every plan ever, and they're all free. And she totally walks you through it. Anybody could do this as long as you have a pocket hole machine thing. Okay, so I brought the fridge out, and so you can kind of see this is my dilemma. If I had a 4-inch toe kick like that high, which is it's 4.5 inches of standard, like I'm losing so much space that I could utilize up here. So I think for this cabinet at least, I am gonna do, obviously I need to attach these two. So I'm gonna have a 3/4 inch board going under, and then if there's enough room to make a drawer up here, I'm gonna. If not, at least we'll be able to like have a basket or something that we can put, because on the top, this is where our stove is gonna be. So I need to figure out how much room I need for there. Okay, so I brought it into the van, and yes, there's light in here, all controlled by switches and dimmers, because I'm a boss. And but anywho, this is it. And one of the many other mistakes. So there's this part that comes out in the van, and of course, I wanted this to be, which I probably still could, like this. I wanted it up against the shower, but then I'm gonna have to like notch that out. So I might do that, but probably not. I'll just keep it where it was and then build like either a tall pantry kind of size cabinet, or just another like 6-incher. So if I did keep it right in this area and have like a tall pantry kind of thing right here, this from there to this 2x3 is the rest of my countertop. So I'm going to bring the sink in and make sure, I'm pretty sure that's enough room. And I can just build one more big cabinet for here, and then a tall kind of pantry where it pulls out. That's one option. Or I can push this all the way over and then just have like a way longer cabinet. I mean, not way longer, 6-inch longer. So I don't know. But this is it. And I'm gonna go get my other stuff to see what it looks like in here. Okay, so I just realized that I forgot to think about my plumbing. We have to have a gap back here anyways. So we're probably going to just have it pulled out and either do a short, like little pantry cabinet, or push this all the way over and just make all of this counter space. We're not going to go up tall because I feel like counter space is more important to me than a tall pantry, because we're going to have storage all up here as well. And this is our beautiful sink. I love it. So this is basically kind of where it's going to be, fridge. And then this is our 2 burner. So we will have like some storage room, but not much. So that's where that's going. Sink. Need to make another cabinet for right here. Just built the sink base. But so here we go. I haven't figured out like if I'm doing 2 doors or what I'm doing here. So that'll be next. Stove will be right here. And then this will all be countertop, and I need to just build one little one right there, but I ran out of the 3/4 inch plywood. But this butts up right to our bed. So I'll figure something out. Okay.
Back in the video. Do I just hold the red button?
You just press it once. Here they are. I moved them over here because it's sunnier. Our oak trees don't let any sun hit next to the van. So I have already sanded these, and then I wood filled them like in all the seams. So I sanded them and re-wood filled them, and that's why I went and did that so that these could dry. So now that they are, I'm gonna sand these again, and hopefully I'll at least get them primed and maybe painted. I don't know. We'll see. Color that we're going with. This is the front frame that the bench will attach to. And then, don't mind the mess. This is what happens when I do projects. I have all my cabinets and a couple doors over there. One drawer that I still need to put a bottom to. And I'm just missing one cabinet door. Okay, so I'm going to show you my other Craig jig that I have. It's super nice if you do want to build cabinets or change your hardware. So these, this actually is a leftover one I had from when I built my studio cabinets, but they're just, they're like the hinges that will not be seen when the cabinet door is closed. So you have to drill a hole for this to sit in, and this thing is so cool. So basically you just dial it in to like, according to whatever instructions these came with. Mine's 3 millimeter from the edge. So you just put both of these at 3 millimeter, and then wherever you want your 2 hinges, you place this and clamp it. And then this is the whole driller thing. And it has a stopcock so that it won't go all the way through, and you just attach it to your drill. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out countertop, and this is the part of the arch that I cut out. It's like leftover plywood that I had. It's really thin. So I have these MDF strips that I cut a few sizes down, but what I'm gonna do is take this outside and basically cap this, like glue it to the edge so that it looks bigger. And so I'm going to do that on the front, on this side, and then there is a gap back here that'll be visible. And so I'm going to just put a piece of board there so that it looks covered, and that nothing will fall back there, you know, during travel. I don't think you can kind of see it there. So that'll be closed. So I'm going to put this all together, and then I'm kind of going to, I think I'm going to do something similar to what I did in the toy hauler and Bondo the edges, but I might not make them like rock how I did on the toy hauler. I might just try and make it smooth. And then I'm going to paint it in, I think, epoxy, because I do have some left over. But this time I'm going to do like a white marble with some like rose goldy veining. At least that's what I think I'm going to do. And then this whole area, remember, that's why I'm not worried about that, is going to have some sort of backsplash or something. And there will be upper cabinets up here, but that is just something I have not gotten to. So I'm going to try and do this because plumbing hopefully will be happening this coming week. And that way I have everything in place where I want it to go. And yeah, but I've only like primed it or painted. It still needs to be painted. And then I put slides on this side. So I will show you what I'm going to do with this. So what do you think about these cabinet pulls? I don't want anything like sticking out far because this is such a small space, but do we like these? They're kind of like sleek, modern. Don't look at my table. That's not done at all. But I pulled in a couple of these to see. So this is what they look like when they're pulled out. Obviously it's not on, but they kind of just disappear. Okay, so I am about to pour my epoxy countertop. I have no idea if this is going to work or if I have enough epoxy, but I have my couple containers and I think I'm just going to try and keep it pretty simple. I'm going to do white for the majority of it, and then I'm just going to spray a little of this color very sporadically in my mixing container. So I have my little mixer on my drill. I made sure that this is level, and I'm gonna start mixing. Okay, here it is. I let it kind of sit on top for an hour, and then I just pulled my green tape that was holding it and made sure I got like all the sides covered. And my sinkhole, this is my stove, so it's an overmount. Now hopefully when I come back, it's gonna look good still. Got this edge, and we'll see. Okay, let's go check on the countertops, and hopefully overnight they did okay because they were outside. I had them under a tent though, so that does not look good right there. No bugs though. They look pretty good. I don't know if we're going to be doing an undermount sink, but for the most part it looks good. There are some bubbles, but at an angle you can see that looks like shit. So I was thinking that I possibly would have to do this. You can always do like, I think they call it like a float coat or something, where it'll just like be mixed up epoxy, and it will be clear. So it would just make it thicker and just another coat on top. But it's still, I mean, it's smooth, feels good. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna take it into the van after I do drop off and all that and see if it will work. We'll see. Here's another helpful tip. If you are going to use epoxy, which I knew this from last time, but I was in such a hurry to go watch the playoffs yesterday that I poured my countertops and we just like left, which is crazy, but this was leftover. So anywho, what you shouldn't do is leave it all, because now this spray paint can is stuck. Everything is stuck to my table, and I think isopropyl alcohol might make it come loose, but I really screwed my table up. Not that it was a nice table anyways, but I need to somehow get all of this stuff detached because it is a big pile of hardened epoxy. Don't do that. So this is like our pantry, I guess you could say, but it's like little shelves. And I have this that I just spray painted like a rusty color that I think I'm going to basically, I can't right now, but put something there so that things don't fall over. And then I'll do it on both sides of this one and one on this side. But I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do because it's little, and that way we can still put a lot of stuff in there. And this is the fridge opening, and I brought the countertops in here, but they're like super wet still, so jury's still out. We built that upper cabinet. I'm gonna build one for above the bed now. And then I trimmed this off, actually Chad did, and I will be building like a box over it. That's like the heater AC for the rear of the transit van that used to like go throughout the whole thing, but I just stopped it right there. That way we can still use it if we want. And so I'm going to try and bust out 2 cabinets, one for either side of the bed. So there's going to be one over here and over there. And hopefully get those up. We'll see. So it's kind of nice because I did most of the hard work with that cabinet. So now I'm basically building the exact same ones. They're both 4 feet long. So I had these trimmed to 11.5 inches. They were ripped down. So I have the 2 bases. And then these are all random MDF strips that I had in the back that I'm going to do the face frame like I did on that one. The only thing is when I put this one up in that part of the van, the curvature of that piece is different. So that is like the bitch of the whole build. So I'm going to have to make another template that fits the correct area of that part of the van. But they should go together quickly. Dare I say that? man.
Look, Mommy.
What? Oh, motherfucker. I got that shit in.
So, Mom, if you're going to start looking at us, we have to pretend like we're statues so you can't see us.
Oh, okay.
You can't see me!
I can't see you. Wow. I can't believe I did that. Let's put some cabinets up. I took the lazy way about it and only filled in that part that the upper cabinets were not going to be covering. And it looks great. Be lazy. Okay, so I have all my cabinets. These are my upper cabinets, painted and ready to be hung. I'm gonna hang the two back ones over the bed. I can't hang the kitchen one yet because things need to happen over there still before I can put that up. I'm super scared though because I don't want to hit a wire, and I looked at all kinds of old videos making sure. I know that this side I'm good. I have no wires up there, but this side I have like my solar wires are up there and like a lot of my light wires, and so I'm pretty sure I mapped out where they are. Pray to God I don't hit one. I don't think I will, but that's that. So let's hang up. Okay, so I got them both up, and I still am planning on like putting quarter round, like a trim around them, and then I obviously still need to make the doors. There'll be 2 doors on either side, and then so you can kind of see what I meant by this. So my next cabinet, like there's that one, and then my next cabinet starts about right here. So there's going to be like this gap right here that I think I'm going to make like a cute little shelf or something that I can put like a plant, of course, or something. But that's basically you're going to be able to see in there inside the cabinets, at least for now. And I don't really care. So this is it, and we're getting there. Okay, I'm back in the van and I'm super stoked. I just received all of my Backsplash tiles from Tic Tac Tiles. If you've been following along with me, you know that I have used them multiple times and love them. And so this time, and I ended up going with the beige. These go better with my epoxy countertops. Okay, so let me show you the area. Boom. It's going to make this look so much better. It's just like a huge eyesore. So I am going to start, I think, here on this back wall. I'm going to go all the way up to the upper cabinets. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to go on the inside of the like little window arches. I think it'll look cool if I do, but I honestly think it's just more work, which is why I'm debating. So I might just go around it and then do the inside after if I think it needs it. But I'm going to start out on the bottom. I'm going to start the wall prep and then start with my bottom row. Okay, so while this dries, I totally forgot I needed to do that still. I'm going to start on this wall, and which I wanted to do anyways, because that way when I have the corner bumped out, it'll reach all the way to the edge. So I was planning on doing this back wall anyways, but my first thing is the outlet. These are super thin. They're real stone, but they're just like really thin slices of stone, and you can cut them with just normal scissors. Some of the bigger pieces, like this one's a thicker one, you need a little muscle. But if you have a good pair of like utility scissors, that's all you need. And so I'm just going to mark where the outlet is and cut my first hole and then apply it right there and make sure it's level. So what I did normally you can use just like kitchen shears, but because this outlet landed in the middle of my tile, I measured it out, drew with like a marker on it, and then I used my multi-tool. I used it because I don't know how you would do it without you'd probably need like a drill or some sort of thing to make a hole, because I didn't want to cut on the edge. So I just use my multi-tool. It's the best tool in the world, so you should have one, because it's perfect for jobs like this. So now what I'm going to do is I loosened up my outlet on the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to place this and make sure that this part and this part are on the outside of the stone, so that when I secure it, then my faceplate will be able to go over this, and your faceplate has to be able to go into that screw. So you need to make sure that you can have both of these top and bottom out, and then your faceplate will cover it and it'll look super smooth. So this is going to be my bottom one. And the other thing I didn't tell you was you do need to scuff up your surface. Like just use a 220, make it gritty after you prime. It's pretty much dry. So I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm going to at least secure this one. And to do that, they recommend just peeling back this sticky stuff like 2 inches and then laying it and pull it out as you go. For me, I'm not that coordinated and it works just the same. I take the whole thing off and then I put it on. So whatever works best for you, do that. Okay, so I have this first one secured, and then I put my outlet cover back on. And so now what I'm doing is, normally you would stagger these, but because it's such a small area, I'm not. I'm holding this up, and then I'm going to take my pin, and I'm going to go in the out part of the alcove, and I'm just going to trace along that. And then it gives me the curve of my window. And then I'm going to take my scissors. Oh man. And I need 2 hands. And I'm going to just cut along that line. Oh. There's my curve. And now I'm going to take my backing off. Yeah, but they do recommend that you only peel it off that much, lay it, and then pull it as you go. Whoop. So these are super forgiving. You basically, I lay it on top without pushing it up against the wall and then pop it back. And that is it. And then just firmly press it all the way on. And look at how cool this is coming out already. And so easy. Okay, this is where we're at. I'm stopping here. Obviously, I got a lot to finish, but I think once I get on this, like, it's just gonna pop right up. This took me like, I don't know, how long have I been in here? Half an hour? The other thing I have to decide is where I want to end it over here. I'm thinking I'm just gonna draw a line straight up from this and go from there that way. But I haven't decided that. And then I more than likely am gonna do that alcove because I think it'll just make it look a lot cooler. And I will be doing it on the entire front of the shower as well. So probably finish up tomorrow, hopefully. Who is it?
It's you and me.
Oh, it's you and me. We are about ready to finish this. Well, I say finish, but we're about ready to do the backsplash, huh?
Stop.
Okay, I stopped. So I'm gonna go take care of him, and then we are gonna get back to work on this. We cut a hole right here for our shower light, and now we're gonna do the rest of the stone, right? Okay, we are. The shower light switch right here. So I just pulled this through. Actually, I think I'm gonna do it this way. I'm going to attach it first because I still have my shower open on the back. Oops, wrong one. And I'm gonna just pre-drill through the stone for my screws. And I'm gonna take my screws and put them in, and it'll look perfect. Okay, so that's on. And now if you come around back, you will see I still have this open. This is my 2 plugs, and I'm just gonna pop them in these 2 things. So I put those on, and then these little things just literally pop right on. And there we go. Got my little light switch, and the light works. And I had to have one. It fits perfect. I think I would even want one for my house, but it's going to give us all this other extra counter space for when we are prepping things, and it just slides right over the. So the next thing that I have is these corners. So there was really no way around like not having corners, because if I made it flush this way, then I would see the black on this side, and then vice versa. So I ran to Miners, and I know that's backwards, but it's sanded grout in the color bone, and I think that will match with this really well. And then I'm just going to cut a really tiny tip at the edge so that only a little comes out. And I have baby wipes, and I'm just going to caulk the seam, and hopefully that is going to make it totally blended. Okay, so here it is. It's sanded ceramic tile caulk, color bone. And I just cut like a tiny little piece off the top at an angle. So now I'm just gonna fill this in. I'm not even gonna use the paint, idea. I'm just gonna go for the gold and do this right away. And if it doesn't look good, I'll just wipe it off. So here we go. This is. So here it is. And then this is that little thing, remember, that I was having a hard time doing the other day. I think I'm going to live with it. I do want different hooks. I just stole those from inside my house, but it looks so good. So these are like the edges, the caulking, or like it's actually grout worked so good. And I did it in that corner and this corner. Because this stone is white, I really wanted to make sure that I was going to protect it. And so this time we put a stone sealer on top of it. And this one was like double the price because I wanted it to stain, or not to stain, to prevent oil stains as well, since our cooktop is right here and I don't want like splattering stains or anything like that. But it went on, you just brush it on, and it is it's like a, that's what Tic Tac Tiles said to do as well, because this is real stone. So put a sealant and that way it'll stay good. And yeah, I love it. Okay, now that I have cooked what I need to, just a little plumbing update. I don't know if I said, but we finally ran the propane line from there all the way to the back, so that's ready to go. And then we have this mounted, and it goes out behind this cabinet and the fridge, and it goes directly down into, well, just the base of the van currently. It will go into our gray tank that will be underneath the van in this area. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week to see how I built a full-size shower in the van. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you then.